Hello, everyone. My name is Jane, and on behalf of both the Colorado Energy Office and Colorado Department of Revenue, welcome to our Electric Bicycle Tax Credit webinar recording. I'll be your host today, and I look forward to helping each of you learn more about the electric bicycle tax credit and how easy it is to register for and claim the credit. This webinar recording follows the concept of give a person a fish and you feed them for a day, teach a person to fish and you feed them for a lifetime. So I'm going to give you some e-bike tax credit fish to feed you for today and teach you how and where to fish so you can feed yourselves tomorrow. This recording will last approximately 30 minutes and will cover a general overview of the tax credit, financing available to bike retailers, registering for the tax credit, the process of receiving tax credit funds from the Colorado Department of Revenue, the affidavit form overview and reporting schedule and expectations, and standards for eligible electric bicycles. All right, put your helmets on and let's go cycling. A qualified retailer is allowed an income tax credit equal to $500 for each retail sale of a new qualified electric bicycle sold in Colorado during the retailer's income tax year to a qualified purchaser if certain requirements are met. Let's briefly review eligible e-bike requirements. Electric bicycles must meet the following criteria to qualify for the income tax credit. The bicycle must be new and sold at retail, not wholesale. It must have 2 or 3 wheels and fully operable pedals. It must have an electric motor that is 750 watts or less. The bicycle cannot be gasoline powered. It must be a Class 1, 2, or 3 electrical assisted bicycle. It must meet independent UL certification standards. The electric bicycle must be certified to UL 2849, UL 2271, or EN 15194. And it may be an adaptive e-bike. There is no minimum purchase price and no maximum purchase price. Let's look at the different classes of electric bicycles. A Class 1 bike is an electrical assisted bicycle equipped with a motor that provides assistance only when the rider is pedaling and that ceases to provide assistance when the bicycle reaches a speed of 20 miles per hour. A Class 2 bike is an electrical assisted bicycle equipped with a motor that provides assistance regardless of whether the rider is pedaling, but ceases to provide assistance when the bicycle reaches a speed of 20 miles per hour. A Class 3 bike is an electrical assisted bicycle equipped with a motor that provides assistance only when the rider is pedaling and that ceases to provide assistance when the bicycle reaches a speed of 28 miles per hour. Let's take a look at financing options available to retailers. Retailers may need financing to participate in 2024. There are 3 options available for financing: your current lender or bank, ANB Bank, which is a traditional bank, and the Colorado Enterprise Fund, or CEF. CEF offers financing to Colorado businesses who would otherwise not qualify for traditional bank financing. You can reach out to lenders directly or connect with Sarah Thorne at sarah.thorne@state.co.us to be connected with A&B Bank or CEF. The Colorado Enterprise Fund can provide market rate loans at 10.99%. The interest amount paid per bike goes down with shorter loan terms. The electric bicycle tax credit is available for income tax years beginning on or after January 1st, 2024, and before January 1st, 2033. For the income tax year commencing January 1st, 2024, the credit is allowed only for retail sales made on or after April 1st, 2024, but on or before December 31st, 2024. Retailer requirements are to meet the criteria and register as a qualified retailer with the Department of Revenue, to make a retail sale of a new qualified electric bicycle in Colorado to a qualified purchaser, and to collect Form DR-0514, qualified purchaser of an electric bicycle affidavit, from qualified purchasers. Additionally, retailers must provide a discount equal to the lesser of $450 or the purchase price of the qualified electric bicycle. Retailers must show the discount as a separate line item on the invoice or receipt, submit quarterly reports to the Department of Revenue, attach all Form DR-0514s collected from qualified purchasers, and file a Colorado income tax return claiming the credit. Let's talk for a moment about qualified retailers. A retailer must be a qualified retailer by satisfying the following criteria. They must make retail sales of qualified electric bicycles. They must hold a current Colorado sales tax license. They must timely file monthly Colorado sales tax returns showing a tax liability for at least 12 months. They must have timely paid the taxes due on the monthly Colorado sales tax return, and they must register with the department via Revenue Online. Let's look at how to register as a qualified retailer and show you how easy it is to register if you haven't done so already. Before selling an electric bicycle for which a retailer intends to claim this credit, the person or entity that will file the income tax return for the retailer must register and be approved as a qualified retailer with the department if they satisfy all the criteria listed on the previous slide. They must register on Revenue Online through the account that will file the income tax return for the qualified retailer. After the registration is processed, registrants will receive an approval or denial letter or additional correspondence from the department about their registration. I'm now going to take you on a guided bike tour of our website to find resources related to the electric bicycle tax credit and show you how easy it is to register as a qualified retailer on Revenue Online. Because this is a new credit and we're still working out the details, the registration process may change, so please check back frequently. And now I'd like to show you where you can check for the most up-to-date information. To navigate to the Electric Bicycle Tax Credit webpage, we'll start at our homepage Tax.Colorado.gov. Hover over Businesses in the top blue menu bar, and then select Business Income Tax from the drop-down menu. Scroll down on the Business Income Tax page, and under the menu panel titled Additional Information, select Credits. This credits page is incredibly helpful for businesses, and it is sorted in alphabetical order. For the electric bike credit, we'll select the E drop-down, and then we can easily find the electric bicycle tax credit. Another way to find this website is to use the search bar at the top of the home page and type in electric bicycle. In the search results, we see that our top 2 results take us to information related to the electric bicycle tax credit and the qualified purchaser of an electric bicycle affidavit. The electric bicycle tax credit webpage will be the place to find the most current information. Any updates to processes related to the credit will be detailed here. As we can see, we have instructions for registering as a retailer for e-bikes. We have all the eligibility criteria. And if we scroll down, we have a frequently asked questions or FAQ section, which will prove very helpful for this credit. Since an affidavit will need to be collected from qualified purchasers for each reporting period, I would like to show you now where to find that affidavit. We'll go back up to our blue menu bar, which is accessible from any page on our website, and this time we'll select Forms. The qualified purchaser of an electric bicycle affidavit will be Form DR0514, so we can either scroll down until we locate that form, or we can tap the Control key and the F key at the same time on our keyboard to use the Find on this page function. We'll type in 0514, or we could type in electric bicycle to locate the affidavit. We have both the individual DR0514 qualified purchaser of an electric bicycle affidavit and a downloadable DR0154 Excel spreadsheet available for your convenience. Now I'd like to show you how easy it is to register as a qualified retailer. We'll go back up to our blue menu bar, and this time we'll select Online Services. In the Revenue Online menu panel, we'll select Visit ROL, which will then send us to the Revenue Online homepage, Colorado.gov/Revenue Online. Please be advised that you must register to be a qualified retailer before you make any qualified sales. Otherwise, the sales will not be approved for the electric bicycle credit. To register as a qualified retailer, you first need to log in to your Revenue Online account. On the Revenue Online homepage, enter your username and password and select Log In. Locate the Income Tax section. Then locate the Account box for your income tax account. And in the Account box, select Additional Actions. In the menu panel titled Submit Credit Registration, we'll select the hyperlink to submit electric-powered lawn equipment and electric bicycle registration. The next page provides the purpose, eligibility, and information needed to continue. Once you have reviewed that information, select the registration type at the bottom of the page, which, for this example, is the electric bicycle registration, and then select Next. Read the information on the next page about requesting electric bicycle credit submitter access, and then select the checkbox next to I agree to the above terms and conditions. Then select Next. On the next page, you will notice that we have many fields marked with a red asterisk. These fields are required. Since we started this on our partnership income tax account, the account type is pre-filled for us. This could be your individual income tax account if you started this as a sole proprietor, or it could be a corporate income tax account if you are registered as a corporation. Please note, though, that this must be started on an income tax account. Next, we need to verify the full account information, including the ID type, which for our example is our Federal Employer Identification Number, or FEIN, the business name, the ID that matches our ID type, the full name of the contact person, their email address, and a good phone number to reach them. We'll then provide the mailing address for the business. And lastly, we'll enter the Colorado account number, or CAN, associated with our sales tax account. If you would prefer to upload an attachment that shows the sales tax account number, you may choose that option as well. Once you are ready to proceed, select Submit. You will receive a confirmation pop-up box to verify that all the information you have provided is correct, and you will be asked to enter your password, which acts as your electronic signature on this submission. If everything is correct, enter your password and then select OK. This next step is incredibly important. You will receive a confirmation number for this submission. Please keep a copy of this confirmation number. Write it down, take a screenshot, use the printable view option to print a copy of this page with the confirmation number. Please save this confirmation number for future reference. If you need to contact the department regarding the status of this application, we can retrieve your submission with this confirmation number. You have now submitted your registration to be a qualified e-bike retailer. Once your registration is processed, you'll receive an approval or denial letter or additional communication from the department regarding your registration. Now, we'll continue the presentation with more information on eligibility, qualified purchasers, required discounts, and reporting requirements. An electric bicycle must be sold in Colorado to be eligible for the credit. In general, a retail sale is made at the location where the purchaser takes possession of the electric bicycle. To qualify for the credit, sales must be made to a qualified purchaser. A qualified purchaser is a Colorado resident who has not previously purchased a qualified electric bicycle that was discounted by a qualified retailer during the same calendar year. Now let's discuss verifying qualified purchasers and affidavit requirements. To easily verify that the purchaser is a qualified purchaser, qualified retailers must collect from purchasers either a signed and completed Form DR-0514, qualified purchaser of an electric bicycle affidavit, or the information included on Form DR-0514, which is then input into the DR-0514 Excel spreadsheet. The retailer must review the documentation according to the instructions on the DR-0514. Now let's review the electric bike required discount. The qualified retailer must provide to the qualified purchaser at the time of the retail sale a discount on the purchase price of the new qualified electric bicycle equal to the lesser of $450 or the purchase price of the electric bicycle. The discount must be shown as a separate line item on the receipt or invoice provided to the customer. The qualified retailer may retain an administrative fee not to exceed $50 for providing the discount. The discount does not reduce the purchase price for state and state-administered local sales tax purposes. I want to briefly cover required quarterly reports. Qualified retailers must submit quarterly reports via their Revenue Online account. The due dates for these reports coincide with the retailer's estimated tax payment due dates for income tax purposes. Typically, the estimated payment due dates for individuals and corporations are April 15th, June 15th, September 15th, and January 15th. Each report must include the number of bicycles sold during each reporting period. Qualified retailers must attach either PDF copies of all signed and collected Form DR-0514s and or a completed DR-0514 Excel spreadsheet. Now let's shed some light on how to account for the credit and estimated payments. Although credits may not be claimed prior to the filing of the qualified retailer's Colorado income tax return, a qualified retailer may take any allowable credits into account in calculating their required estimated payments for the tax year. Any allowable credits may reduce the qualified retailer's tax liability for the tax year in which the qualifying electric bicycle is sold, and thereby reduce the amount of the required estimated payments. Most importantly, let's talk about how easy it is to claim the credit. All qualified retailers must file the required quarterly reports and an annual Colorado income tax return to claim the credit for all retail sales of new qualifying electric bicycles sold in Colorado during their tax year. Let's quickly review payment of the credit for both 2024 and 2025. For the income tax year beginning on or after January 1st, 2024 through December 31st, 2024, a qualified retailer will receive payment of the income tax credit after they file their Colorado income tax return. Any credit that exceeds the income tax liability for the tax year will be refunded to the qualified retailer. For income tax years beginning on or after January 1st, 2025, a qualified retailer will receive payment of the income tax credit after they file their Colorado income tax return. Any credit that exceeds the income tax liability for the tax year will be refunded to the qualified retailer, or a qualified retailer may elect to receive 4 advanced payments of the credit each tax year. Qualified retailers must make this election when filing their required quarterly reports and must specify how much of the advance payment for which they are eligible they would like to claim. Well, that was quite a bike ride, but please remember there are a wide variety of resources and tools at your disposal to help you with the electric bike tax credit. We have our websites, the Taxpayer Helpline, which is 303-238-7378. You can walk in or schedule an appointment with a tax examiner at one of our local offices, which are located in Colorado Springs, Denver Metro, Fort Collins, Grand Junction, and Pueblo. And each of our locations also have drop boxes if you need to drop off a form. We also have the department's FYIs and guidance publications, and our taxpayer email address, which is DOR_taxpayerservice@state.co.us. My name is Jane, and on behalf of the Colorado Energy Office and the Colorado Department of Revenue, thank you for watching this webinar recording on the electric bicycle tax credit. It was my pleasure to serve you. Have a great day. This presentation is intended to provide general information concerning Colorado tax topics in simple and straightforward language. Although we have done our best to provide accurate and complete tax information, this information is not binding on the Department of Revenue, nor does it replace, alter, or supersede Colorado tax law and regulations. We recommend consulting with a tax professional for your specific tax situation.